the zombies.
Right.
But we also have a tutorial mode. And it's a little bit like pop-up tips that come by, right? So in solo mode, if you go in and play and you turn on the park, it's like turning on the park tips, getting a guided tour of the park, right? Just go up and punch them, or if you're the Valley Girl, gag them with a spoon and they'll shatter into pieces.
Yeah.
Well, we've got some cool toys as well to play with. Like there's a transponder. You can throw it down on the ground and then run around the map, and then if you ever get in trouble, push the button and you'll teleport back to where that you threw it on the ground.
Is called the face melter, and when you shoot a zombie with it, they literally turn into a firework and they blast off into the air and explode into a massive, cool explosion. That's cool colors and everything. And so it's never in the same place twice.
Okay.
And players can go up to it, pay a small amount of in-game cash, and it spins. And while it randomly spins, gives you a random weapon that it could be something really awesome, like one of the weapons
And found, and pay a smaller fee and get your guns back, the guns that you went down with all the buffs and everything that came with them. So that's a cool new feature that we've added to Zombies in Spaceland.
What exactly was that thing on the bottom of the screen in the right-hand corner? You know, like a meter or something like that? Like, what was it?
Yeah, that's your Fate and Fortune cards meter.
Okay.
And so as you spend money in the game, or as you earn money in the game, the meter starts filling. And when it fills all the way up, then you can fire off one of your Fate and Fortune cards. And Fate cards, they're both, Fate cards are permanent. You unlock them through progression in Zombies.
Right.
Fortune cards are consumable. You get them through loot. You can use them for one game. You can use them up to 3 times in a game.
Right.
And so they're buffs. They're short-term buffs for the player. They make you more powerful. Some of them will give you a really cool gun for maybe 30 seconds or a minute. Some of them will, like one of them gives you money every time you get hit by a zombie, for instance. Or one of them, if I stand next to Lee, we're stronger together. So what's cool is you can actually stack them. So you can have more than one active at a time.
Right.
And you could have Phoenix up running. You could have the black hole gun out. You could have multiple of these Fate and Fortune cards up at any one time. And then, when you run out of your 5 that you brought into the map, you can go up to one of the fortune tellers in Spaceland, pay a small fee, and he'll refill your hand. And you can do that 3 times in a game. So you could actually, use up to 15 cards in one game.
So one other cool thing about the Fate and Fortune cards is we talked about it a little bit earlier about having that cooperative experience.
Right.
So sometimes a Fate and Fortune card is something that you spawn and it's just for yourself. But like Brian mentioned, there's some that you can spawn and they actually give the other player something else. So sometimes you'll share life. Sometimes you'll spawn something that the other player can use. So we encourage players to use them not only for themselves, but also to help the team advance in their quest. So
what you're saying is you were able to work together with these Fate and Fortune cards, the ATM?
Yeah.
Because I know there's definitely a special feature with that.
Yeah, we got a couple cool team mechanics, and one of which is the ATM. Players can go in, because a lot of times in Zombies, like, you might die and lose money and need a gun, and then it's like, oh, Jay needs a gun. Oh, well, he doesn't have any money, so he's got to kill zombies to get money. So how do we give you money? So there's an ATM now, and I can go up and just put $1,000 in it. Lee can put $1,000 in it, and they can just sit there. So when somebody does go down and they get back up, they can run over there and get the cash out and be able to buy a gun and get back into the action quicker.
I was going to say, in addition to that, we also have team door buys. So there are key locations that open up and lets players explore the rest of the park. And in this case, no one's saddled with having to pay for the door all by themselves. So let's say the 3 of us are in a game. You can pitch in some money, I can, Brian can, and we can open up the door without anyone collectively spending all of their money.
Cool. Cool. Let's talk about the arcade mode. Let's talk not arcade mode, but let's talk about the arcade. Now I know because I've played the game, and I know if you do end up getting killed, you can actually go in there and you can play and you can get points and get your life back, right? But what are the other advantages and what are the other games that are in this arcade?
In Spaceland, we got lots of cool attractions.
Right.
One of those is the arcade. And in the arcade, you can play games. You can play, like, shoot basketballs. You can play clown tooth, throw the ball knock the teeth down. We have bowling for planets. So there's lots of cool things. And when you play these games, you earn tickets.
Word.
And so as you know, you're kiting the last zombie around, people can be in there playing the different games, earning tickets, and using those tickets to buy really cool weapons like the Forge Freeze, or some of the ticket stands you can get weapons from the future, which are like, you know, the repulsor, weapons that go on your left bumper. So the repulsor, where you can fling zombies just by force pushing them, or Armageddon, where you can drop meteors from the sky and just annihilate everyone.
And when you do bleed out, we want to keep players engaged. So when you die, you end up in this Afterlife arcade, and you can play games in there which you can earn your way back into the living. So a lot of the same games that you see in the Astrocade are there in the Afterlife arcade. So we want to keep players engaged, not only when they're on the battlefield, but when they've been taken off of it as well.
Can we expect some sort of upgrade machine to further enhance our weapons?
Absolutely. The Pack-a-Punch system is definitely in Spaceland. We can't tell you where it is today, but it definitely exists, and you can definitely upgrade your weaponry.
You're not going to tell where it is?
No.
Alright, what's going on, guys? UninstallTheGame here. So what you guys just watched was some Infinite Warfare Zombies gameplay and some news and information about it. So you can see all the cards and all the guns and stuff. So the Intervention Spaz 12 Glock will be returning, which is pretty awesome. And I think the Glock will probably be the starter weapon, and they're basically trying to remain it the exact same as Treyarch Zombies, but they want to do a different twist on it, make it their own sort of thing. So they have stuff like the ATM, as you guys heard. I guess the cards are going to be like the Gobblegum system, and the perks will be candy, basically. There's Bang Bang, which is like double tap, Tough Enough, which is going to be jog. I think there's Slappy Taffy, which is going to be like a new perk where you can like enhance melee damage. Things like that. It's going to be pretty awesome. So thank you guys for watching. Stay tuned for more zombies and gameplay and shit like that. So thank you guys for watching. See you guys in a later video.